Bam, what is up everybody? My name is Jordan with Baywood, and this is a music marketing channel for growing artists that are looking to build their fan bases, build relationships, and expand their network all through the power of social media. Today we are talking about collaboration. I'm super excited to talk about this. This is one thing, I preach all the time. I love collaborating with other people. I think it's, one of the best things you can do to grow as an artist and learn and just, increase your knowledge and your collaboration skills. So let's get into it. But first, let's break the ice and do a fun networking activity. Comment below what you do. For example, play guitar, music producer. What kind of music producer though? EDM and hip hop music producer. I use Logic and I've been doing it for this long. And then drop your @name or your social media links, whatever you want to do. It'd be a great way to collab and find artists that you're looking to work with. So let's get that. Obviously with collaborating, there's some problems. Sometimes it just never happens. Sometimes it takes too long. Sometimes there's disagreements. But there's so much more benefits that you should be collaborating with other people every day. To name some, it builds long-term relationships, it outsources your name to their fans, it increases your content, and you learn new ways to make music, for example, or do anything, and your collaboration skills increase, which is always good. Whether you're working with a company, they're always looking for collaboration skills. So those are just some of the benefits, to name a few. Today I'm gonna be talking about 3 different collaboration techniques. The first one is how to find and collab with different musicians. The second is how to collab with different dolls and the same doll. And then the third is how to find artists just like yourself to collab with. Hey. By the way, if you wanna be on my podcast, The Baywood Talk Show, hit me up. DM me on Instagram, @BaywoodVivo. And if you are not subbed yet, hit that subscribe button. This channel is gonna change your life, and you're gonna change my life. So to find different musicians to collab with, you need to start using the power of search, whether it's Twitter search, Instagram search, hashtags, YouTube. So what you could do is, for example, let's give an example. Let's say I'm looking for a guitarist. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go on Instagram, look up #guitarist, I'm gonna go to recent posts, I'm gonna comment on every one of those and say, hey, you wanna collab? I'm really looking for a guitarist. And make sure you're prepared though. That's one thing you have to be, is when you start reaching out to others, make sure you have something to send them right away. Like, cause you're fresh in their brain. If they DM you and say, hey, yeah, I'm like down, send me what you got and I'll do what I can, definitely do that. That's probably the easiest and best way to do it. Obviously on Twitter, you can search playing guitar or something and you'll find that. On YouTube, you'll find a lot of people that started a guitar page of them just playing. You can reach out to the small channels or big channels, whatever I say, ask them all. That's the best way to find different musicians. You're gonna find tons of people through that by looking up and reaching out and saying, hey, let's collab, let's collab. Comment on hundreds of posts every single day if you can. Take 10 minutes and do it. It would be the best way to find different musicians and send your stuff out to 10 different guitar players and see which one you like best. The main point of that is be the one that reaches out to others, and you'll be amazed at how many people respond to you and DM you and get excited to work with you, because being an artist is lonely and a lot of people don't even realize that. Like, it's so nice to have other people talking to you and reaching out to you asking for something, and I'm telling you what, like, it's going to change your life when you start doing that, because it gets lonely, trust me, as you probably already know. So the second part of collabing is, you're gonna have different DAWs, digital audio workstations. I personally have Logic. Someone I wanna collab with might have FL Studio. There's a few things that you have to discuss with the other person. First, to make it a lot simpler, especially if I don't wanna, do MIDI and send stuff through FL and Logic, I'm going to say, hey, do you want to make the melody and chords or drums, or you want to do, or we both do the mixing and mastering? What do you want to do there? Let's say, hey, I'm gonna make the melody and chords, I'm gonna send that off to you, I'm gonna send like an 8-bar loop, whatever, and you're just gonna put drums and arrange it, and I'm gonna send you the chords, I'm gonna tell you what the notes are and stuff by bouncing the MIDI. And that's one thing you have to clarify first. Who's gonna make the melody, who's gonna make the chords, who's gonna make the drums, who's gonna mix? Get that done. Like, if you're better at drums, do the drums, and that's what you should be doing. If you're better at making, 8-bar melodies, by the way, if you're really good at making melodies, send them my way, baywoodvivo@gmail.com. Let's collab. Just clarify, make sure you're saying the BPM. Put it on the package. And we'll go over this on my computer, but I just want to make sure that, and clarify, like, hey, like, this is a song that I want to do for my channel, and the next one we do for yours or something like that. Just make sure you got all like the the kind of like the small stuff and the details out front, because if you're both good at making melodies, yeah, you can both collab on the melody and then get another producer to do drums and stuff. Just make sure you clarify that first. Okay, so if you're going to collab on the same DAW, a really easy way to send your project is by go to File, Save As, Save to Desktop. Okay, so we have this saved to desktop. What we're going to do is we're going to compress it and then just email it to them. Now, if you have Splice, you can obviously just hit Save As. You can do Save As and do it to Splice. And then what you do is you go on Splice, get the project, and you can add collaborators. And then type their email in, and it'll send it, the whole project to them. But let's say you don't have the same DAW. So what I'm gonna do is, hey, I wanna send them my chords. And I think it would be easier, so I would send as MIDI file and do, you know, chords. And this goes for every DAW. It does the same thing. And then I'm gonna export the audio file to him to, you know, get the general gist of what I was going, in case, you know, the MIDI's for if he wants to use his own sounds on it. I think the options are better that way. And then you just make a little folder, beat collab, put them in there, and make sure you do, you know, put the BPM on there too, 80 BPM, and compress that, and just email them this. Boom. And that's how you collab with different DAWs the easy way. Don't overthink it. That's how you do it. The third way is, how do you find artists that are just like you that you can collab with? Well, first off, and it's the biggest key for me, it's what I've been doing, you know, every day. And you know, I slack it sometimes, but I'll slap myself in the face. But you have to establish your brand. You have to say what you do every single day. You have to treat social medias like it's everybody's first time hearing about you. So your first post could be like, hey, I am an EDM producer and I like making future bass and hip hop beats. And the reason I like doing that is because I grew up with my parents playing rock and roll and hip hop, you know, growing up. So that's what I like to do. So if anybody out there, you do the same thing, reach out to me and let's make something work. I'm gonna put that video out and just, you know, introduce myself to the world, and keep doing it every day. You have to reintroduce yourself to the world. You have to keep establishing your brand. Make sure your bio says exactly what you are and what you do, and every video should line up to that. People just like you will slide in your DMs, they'll be on your comments, and they will want to build relationships with you because we all like similar people like us. And you know, as artists, that's why artists like artists so much. But of course, we have to get more niche and realize that there's tons of genres and there's different styles of music. So we want to start collaborating with people just like us, or we want to get into a band with someone that has our style of music. Whatever you want to do, you need to start establishing that personal brand and make every post you do about what you do. So if I'm gonna, you know, put out me making beats, I'm gonna, you know, it's gonna be beats that I actually like making, whether it's sampling. I need to start doing a little more EDM because people don't even know I produce EDM, so I'm gonna start doing that. It will change your life like it has mine. Like, I get 10 DMs every day people asking me to collab because they see my work. I don't have to explain myself to others. It just explains itself. Like, it's so much easier to collab with others. I don't even have to sell myself anymore. I'm already sold. So that's what you need to start doing, and it's gonna change your life. And so many people are gonna wanna collaborate with you, and you will not be lonely anymore, I promise. People will just reach out to you. So the first step, what I need you guys to do, if you haven't, just make a video for Instagram, a 1-minute video with your cell phone, and say, hey guys, I'm a trap producer and I've been doing it for, you know, a year and a half. I use FL. If any of you are trying to collaborate, let's do it, let's get it. And then boom, a little bit of your beat plays at the end. Put your email on it and just say, hey, thanks for, you know, watching. Make sure you're using hashtags, hashtag music producer, hashtag FL Studio or Logic, whatever, hashtag artist, all that, and you'll start to see people want to collaborate. So that's what I got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, but make sure you're commenting below what you do and your social media links, so if people want to collab with you, it's an easy way to find you right there. As I make these videos, I'm using these tactics. Like, I'm learning, you know, week by week too. I'm learning new things and I'm trying them out, and it's just working. You know, my social medias are just keep increasing because I'm using exactly, as you can tell by my social medias, everything I talk about I do, so it's amazing. But if you know, if you're not subbed, please sub. If this video provided you any value at all, please leave it a thumbs up, and if it didn't at all, leave a thumbs down. It still helps the channel. Anyways, I'll see you guys next Sunday. My name is Jordan with Baywood. Peace!